Hey, good morning. We just got done kind of starting the cows through the gate, and we're having to come over here and get some of these heifers that are just wanting to dink around. There's that Mashona influence. Hey, what's that? Can I eat it? These are the pink tag heifers from this last year. She looks like she's got one in her. That would be good. You know, on our heifers, especially our first timers, you know, our goal is to select bulls out of, because I told you we're keeping our own bulls. Our goal is to select bulls out of 2+3 cows or 2+3 heifers, ideally. That's very hard. That's very hard to do as far as having a heifer breed at 14, 15 months and then rebreed when she's supposed to and raise 2 calves. That's what a 2+3 is. Now, I say it's very hard because we don't crutch them. We don't crutch them in any way. Matter of fact, we throw them out with the big cows and they've got to just do it. So, and if we can, like I say, if we can identify a bull out of one of them, that's man, that's what we want. So it's kind of a difficult thing, but it is a genetic program for us, and I think it has value, especially for females. If you're raising females that you want to be productive in your management, on your place, you know, all those things that I talk about. So it's hard. The heifers, it's tough on the heifers. It really is. But hey, welcome to the real world. It's good that they're just kind of staying back here eating, except when you get in the brush, you need them to come on. Because if they don't come on, you know, you'll never find them. So we gotta continue to get them to come. They were coming real well, and they've kind of slacked off a little bit here. Now that's probably because they're just not as tight a group as they were when we were running them and just calling them heifers. Because now they're called a cow. And so they're still running kind of, some of them together, but some of them have broken off and are just part of the herd, which that's kind of what they need to do. How you know your fence is working well. These old heifers are all standing there. That gate's wide open. They're like, I don't know about that. All it took was the older one to go through. The red tag. Now they'll all go. This is one of my old water tub sets. You see how much the soil has degraded since we put it in. This was, I can guarantee you, that was probably 3-4 feet deep. Now it's exposed. It's not in a position where I can move the tub around because I tried to dig it out to make it level here. It's kind of back to those floats. You know, those Job floats are not good. You know, I mean, they're better. I shouldn't say they're not good. They let a lot of water through. I think it's up to 50 gallons a minute, and we push a lot of water because we'll have, you know, several animals watering at the same time. And so these 8-foot tubs, it needs to have a pretty fast recovery to kind of keep up. So I've told you before what happens. You know, the float, something jacks up with the float. They run over. Cows come in here, start walking around the edge, you know, getting drinks. Then they start building a hole around it. And it's just a never-ending cycle. Then or it rains while they're in here. And it's not as bad on this hill. It's got a little more sand. You can kind of see a little more sandy loam in it. But down in those bottoms where it's that black clay, one rain with the cows in there and you got to move the tub. The bottom line is we have a lot of tubs. And so to say, you know, we need to put, you know, gravel under them, or we need to cement them, or anything like that, you know, that's a lot of money. We've got to really watch our expenses, and that's kind of, I mean, you should know that by now if you watch the channel. We're very careful on our expenses. We do not spend a lot of money on anything, and that's the way we've been able to make it for years. So that's why I did those tubs where you would just use that PEX and then you would move them. And that eventually that's probably what I'm going to have to do here. I may have to put a little bit longer PEX on it, or come in here and try to fill this in a little bit, but I don't necessarily want to do that because look at the grass growing. It's Bermuda, which, you know, that's not outstanding, but it's better than a poke in the eye. It is feed. You can see the cows are eating it. Anyway, so moving the tubs has kind of been our best solution, but I'm always looking for better solutions. If you watch this and you have a channel or something and you've done it a different way, tell us the channel name. We'd love to go check it out, maybe the video name. Hey lady, this is one of the heifers that sure is having a hard time. And that's what you get into, see? See, that's not good for her especially. I'm going to get out of here where they can come around on this other side. But it just makes it difficult to drink. It's an issue here. It really is. So I'm going to get out of here. Good morning. They are starting to drop them now. You can see maybe from what we're looking at here that the rain has provided lots of feed here, so we're still okay as far as feed and cattle. You know, this is a perfect time to kind of have more than you need. Springtime is a great time on a normal year. This is a great time on a wet year. The winter time is not a great time to have more than you need. Because like for us, we're stockpiling. So they're eating grass that we don't have an excess of. Now, if you're feeding, that's a different deal. It may be a great time for you to run them through the winter. I don't know. But the cattle condition is starting to get better and better, which is great. They're just hitting, you know, they should be hitting the peak of kind of their calving here in the next month and a half. You see that red tag that just walked by has still got her hair. I've talked about that before. If they're not shined off by now, that's going to be a culling mechanism. Now it's far down on the list. First is raise a baby. Second is raise a good baby. Third might be retaining your hair too long. But I tell you, we sure wouldn't pick a bull out of her if we could keep from it. We do pick our own bulls. Most of you guys, if you watch, you know that. We'll pick our own bulls out of these Mashona Angus cross. Now there are straight Mashonas in here also. This is one right here in front of me. And there's another one coming behind her right there, the red one, the dark red, kind of deep red. So we'll come in here and sort the Mashona Angus out is what the plan is. Sort them out and then get the Mashona Angus bulls, which is Elvis and his group, and put them on there. Good morning. Moving the cows. There's my problem right there. I was getting a bad fence reading somewhere. Oh no, it's not touching there. It's the biggest problem with these things. The deer, when they hit that, I mean, we've got a lot of deer, so we're a little bit different. But when the deer hit that, it's just worthless. Let's see how I want to do this. I know how I want to do it very carefully. Like that. Let's see. Like that. Hammer. Hammer time. Okay, it's that time of year where it's starting to get hot, which is good. We needed a little weather change, needed some heat. It's starting to dry up some of these flooded areas that are still holding water, which is good. It needs that bad, but it means you got to get stuff done early. There's stuff you can do in the heat, but it's preferable if you're under an air conditioner. Let's get them moved though, and then we will move on. Okay, this is definitely the problem right here. And this is deer. This fence was just extremely tight. Deer just hit it and hit it and hit it and hit it and hit it. And now, see, it's just shorting out on that thing. I'll have to come down here and kill this fence and then tighten it up. All right, first thing I got to do though is get over there and let the cows out. Got 2 new mamas here. They're trying to figure out whose baby's whose. You would think the red one goes with the red one, but the old black cow says no. And the other one is a Mashona. Let's take a look here. Slick as a button. I'm gonna say this is a little Mashona baby. What do you say, baby? Huh? What do you say? Yeah, you got a little wrinkle. You gonna get up? Your mama's, oh. Ah! Red cows. Well, that'd be nice. You know, it's a confusing time, especially when I'm standing here. Come on. I just need them to get across the creek and take both babies. Then they'll work it out. Come on. Come on. Come on. There's yours, little lady. I think the black one is the Mashona's. That's who she left with. Let's go, girls. I need y'all to move on. Look at that Mashona bag. Whew. All right, now I gotta kind of stay on them a little bit, otherwise they'll bed those babies down real quick. So let me run back and get on my scooter. Hard-headed dudes, man. Hard-headed dudes. There you go. Oh, come on now. That's where I need you to go. Now I'll have to give them a little bit of time to coax those babies across. The babies, when they're that little, usually are more apt to go ahead and cross because they're just blind following. I wish I could slip up there and get it on video for you, but I don't want to create a failure. Hip. Get across that creek. Hip. 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 Just give me a minute here. I'm gonna have to call them across. See that black one just blind followed. There goes the red one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love it. She's trying to call it. It's a new one too. Hey, you're causing it to lay down. You better keep that sucker going. She's gonna walk off without it here. I can ease up there on foot. It's not always the best thing to do here, people. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it. She says, she's telling me I'm not gonna make it. All I wanna do is get it up. If that baby will just get up, then she'll take it. So let me get back on the scooter. For those of you that don't recognize that look from a cow, it's probably a bluff, but you don't want to check for sure on foot. Here's one of the little rebel rousers. His mama left him. He's just trying to figure out where she went. Nope, I'm not your mama. Hey. Go on, baby. Go on. Oh, that's a big lanky calf. That's a heifer that we raised before the Mashona Angus. She's a 2020 model. Back foot isn't straightened out yet. He's got it tucked under him. That's why he's going a little slow. Oh, both of them are like that. Oh, no. Well, a lot of times that'll just work itself out. As he gets a little bit older, so that's why he keeps laying down. I may let her stay back with him. You know, this is the time of year when they have little babies like this. It's real easy to start rushing because they just take forever, and all you can think about is all the other things that you have going that you got to get done. So it's critical that I remember this. I'm talking about myself. This is the main part of the year that we spend the entire time working to this point right here. They're having the babies. If that doesn't happen, then we're done. We're out of business. So I've got to continuously remind myself that I've got to be patient. So I'm just sharing that. Do is walk to the right and they can go right around. But no, let's take them through the marsh. She acts like she's just helping babysit. I can't tell for sure. Oh, he's over here. Mama? Oh, no, I see it. She's right there to her left towards me. You're gonna have to get him up, Mama. She just had that baby. This is the one. Uh-oh, easy, Mama. This is the one that his feet are tucked under. Hey now, don't do that. I'm just gonna help him get up. He's tired. You may want to stay with him, Mama. You want to stay? If she'll stay, I'll leave her. That way he can have a day or so here and gather his feet. Oh, no, he's gonna get up. All right, whatever. I just got done counting. There's 23 cows here, plus or minus, with brand new babies. I sure would like to be able to let them just continue working their way towards the gate. I'm gonna have to leave that gate open anyway for any cows that bedded a baby in this, because you're not gonna find it. What I'll do is I'll move the next move first thing in the morning and get them going, and then maybe these will have either worked their way to the timber or be close. The babies will be a day older. They'll be a little bit easier to move. There's one of my, I don't remember what year those are, but that's my last straight Angus heifers that I saved. Actually, they could be half and half. I had one Mashona bull, but they raised a pretty good calf. Small frame. I guess that's kind of an update on the calving season and the calving time. We've really just kind of, like I said, hit the peak here, and so they really ought to start popping out here, right and left. We hope. So we'll continue to update you and keep you posted if anything changes and all that kind of stuff. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.